שברחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שברחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שברחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים.
שברחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שברחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שברחים גם יחד. Shabbat Shalom. Can you guys hear? Yes, okay. I see. I happen to see your Elaine, you nodding your head that you do, and others. I'm taking a deep breath. It's good to have arrived into the arms of Shabbat. I can't imagine anyone feels that it's been an easy week. But I want to open with a thought from Rebbe Nachman of Bratslav, one of the great Hasidic teachers, who in a way is asking the question, what's the purpose of a life of Torah and Tefillah, Torah and prayer? What's the purpose of a life of Torah and prayer? And he says that the whole purpose of Torah is to teach us how to breathe. You know, all the words in the Siddur, or all the words in the Torah, the purpose of them, says Rabbi Nachman, is to help us learn how to breathe in between the words. Beautiful idea, I think. Torah is like a heart, and we know the breath comes from the heart. And the heart is wrapped in two lungs. Our lungs are like a set of wings. The wings are guarding our heart. And every time we breathe, it's as if we open our wings and we fly across all zooms, across all floods, across, God willing, all craziness in our day-to-day lives and communal and national lives. Rabbi Tamar Applebaum of Jerusalem, in the channeling her at this moment, she adds another beautiful thought to this, which is that, yes, the Torah is like the heart, but the Torah also is like a dove. Why am I thinking about a dove? Because this week is Parsha Noach, and Noach turns to the dove, and it's ultimately the dove who lets us know, it's safe to come out of the ark after a horrific, traumatic, tragic flood. It turns out that the word for doves is torim. Torim in English, T-O-R-E, whatever, I-M. In Hebrew, Taf Vav Reish Yud Mem. Torim, does that remind you of a word? Torah. Torah comes from Torim, doves. And one of the things that we know about doves is that they always travel in pairs. Doves teach us about the powerful need for connection. So doves and Torah and Torim are our teachers, because ultimately what we need most is connection. So maybe we started at the purpose of Torah is to help us breathe. Maybe we end this little introduction to Shabbat with a truth that we all know, which is that at bottom, at core, what we need is connection. And we thank all of the brilliant minds who brought us Zoom. We thank God for enabling us to appreciate and utilize to our best ability those great minds. And a sense of connection It's not only doves, but it's also the Shabbat candles, always in pairs. So I want to ask Israel, Mishpacha Israel. I saw you guys on the other screen. I think it is. Where are you? There you are. Hello, Abby. Hello, Marisol. Hello. Do I know? Oh, you're. Oh my gosh, Lee. It's very small. You guys will light the Shabbat candles, and we're excited, Abby, about your bat mitzvah tomorrow. Abdullah. It's been a while in coming, as it was supposed to be many months ago, but you, in your own beautiful way, Abby, were able to breathe and let this Corona time be what it is. And we're very excited because you are an incredibly special young person, Abby. So we'll light the Shabbat candles. Greg, you'll, what is it called? Spotlight feature. Grandma and Abby Israel. Do you see them? Yeah, Abigail Israel. Yay.
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
You know, I say all the time that it was not easy for God to bring light into the universe, and it's not easy for us to. So that that you're struggling, you have to take the second and third chance effort. We're just like God. It takes a lot of effort. We have to try and try and try. Okay, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. And we will begin or continue on page 12. The Chuna Ranana, page 12.
לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. נריה לצור אישנו, לקדמה פניו בתודה. נריה לצור אישנו, מזמירו נריה לו. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני.
We turn to page 13 for Shiru Ladunai.
We'll continue with Shiru Ladonai.
Page 13.
Shiru Ladonai, Ol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash. Shiru Ladonai, Ol Haaretz. Ladonai, Shir Chadash. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing a new song and we'll all sing. All the earth unto God a new song. Shir Ladonai, I will sing unto God a new song.
Bottom of the page.
ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, תגל הארץ, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, הארץ, ירח הים, ירח הים, ירח הים, אומרו, ירח הים, ירח הים, ירח הים, אומרו. יעלו שדה וכל אשר בו, אז ירננו כל הצייר, לפני ארוני קיבה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט הבל בצדק, בימים באמונתו.
Page 16.
זמרו לאדוני בכינור בקול זמרה. 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 זמרו לאדוני בכינור בקול זמרה.
Down to Lechado D, on page 20. Lechado D, as we welcome the Sabbath bride.
We're on page 20. Lechado D לקראת כלה, פני שבת מקבלה. לechado D לקראת כלה, פני שבת מקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבורך, ישביענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, ושמו תפארת ולתהילה. לechado D לקראת כלה, פני שבת מקבלה. lechado D לקראת כלה, פני שבת מקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. lechado D לקראת כלה, פני שבת מקבלה. lechado D לקראת כלה, פני שבת מקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, Hiva orech kumi ori, ori shir dameri, Adonai Allah ifnikla. Lechadoni, lechadon likrat kala, anei Shabbat kala, lechadoni likrat kala, anei Shabbat lekavela. Verse 9, we rise in our hearts or to our feet as we welcome the Sabbath bride. Bohui v'shalom ha'ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, of emonei ansegula, boi kala, Echadoni, lechadoni likrat kala, anei Shabbat lekavela, lechadoni likrat kala, anei Shabbat lekavela, lechadoni doni, lechadoni likrat kala, anei Shabbat lekavela, likrat kala, anei Shabbat lekavela.
We go from Hadodi to Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat, page 22, Psalm for Shabbat.
Mizmor shir, Mizmor shir L'Yom HaShabbat, 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 Mizmor shir L'Yom HaShabbat, Mizmor shir L'Yom HaShabbat, Mizmor shir L'Yom HaShabbat, Mizmor shir L'Yom HaShabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai.
Third line.
Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot Adonai. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, באמונתך הלילות, באמונתך הלילות, טוב להודות Your works, Adonai, how very subtle your designs. Let us plant ourselves in the courtyards, that rich soil. At the bottom of the page, in the indented paragraph. Tzadikat Amar Yifrach יפרח כארז בלבנון יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עוד יטובו בשיבה דשאים ורעננים להגיד ישר אדוני צורי ולא אבלע.
Hopefully, every one of us feels that we had an angel in our lives this week, an angel who helped us stand taller, an angel helped us ask a new question, an angel who helped us more deeply. Shalom Aleichem on page 24 is about the angels in our lives and the angel that we are to others in our lives. Page 24.
שלום עליכם מלאכי השרת, מלאכי עליון, מלך מלאכי המלאכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שלום עליכם מלאכי השרת, מלאכי עליון, מלך מלאכי המלאכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. בואכם לשלום מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליונים מלך מלאכי המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. שלום מלאכי השלום מלאכי עליון מלך מלאכי המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. שלום מלאכי השלום מלאכי עליון מלך מלאכי המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. זכיכם שלום מלאכי השלום מלאכי עליון ממלך מלאכי המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 26, Chatzi Kaddish.
יקדל ויקדש שמי רבה ויעלמד יברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי וחייכו יומייכו וחיי בכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו
Amen.
יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה
בריחו
לעילה ממקום ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה אמירן בעלמה ויברכו אמן.
Rise for Baruch Hu on page 28.
Yalla lai lai lai, 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 Am I awake? Am I here? Are you listening? My prayer. Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Are you listening to my prayer? Baruchu et Adonai Hamevorach Adonai Hamevorach Le'olam Vaed Le'olam Vaed
Page 30. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time, and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, pulling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tevaot is your name, ever-living God. May you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening.
Baruch atah Adonai Amari Aravi.
32.
Ahavat olam beit Yisrael Amcha Torah u'mitzvot חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. יהי חיינו ויארך ימינו ויארך ימינו ובהם נגד יומם ולילה יומם ולילה ויעברך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני עמו ישראל שמע ישראל Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
36. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, הייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Page 37. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you're tired or you're rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them, those words, in the forefront of your vision. Don't leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. Those words are reminders to do all of God's mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I'm Adonai, your God, led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Micha Mocha on page 40.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, אוסיף אליהם מלכותך ובניך, וקיים לפני משה ומרים. Zeli, anu egameru, Adonai imloch leolam vaed, Adonai imloch leolam vaed, Adonai imloch leolam vaed. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגואלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Page 43.
We're on page 43. This week especially, as we think about the world around us and everything that's happening, more than ever, we need a shelter from life's storms. So, let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu vehamidenu leshalom ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha vetaknenu beitza tova milfanecha והושיענו למען שמך. יגן בידינו, ויסס מעלינו אויב תבל, וחרב ורעב, ויגון וחרק ממנו, עוון ופשע. ובצדק כנפיך תסתירנו, כי אל שומרנו ומצילנו אתה, כי אל חנון ורחומתה. Spread over us the shelter of peace. Ushmor tzitzeinu uvoenu lechaim u'leshalom ve'ata ve'ad olam. Baruch atah Adonai Aborei Sukat Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Amo Yisrael, and also over Jerusalem and over all the world. Let there be love, understanding among us, peace and friendship. Let it be our shelter from life's storms. Ve'al Yerushalayim, Ve'al Yerushalayim.
The rabbis teach that peace is the ultimate blessing. If peace is the ultimate blessing, I think Martin Buber also teaches that Jerusalem is the ultimate place. If peace could happen there, then it could really happen everywhere. So that very much is the essence of this prayer, Hashkivenu, the cantor Adam. Just let us in, return from that peace to the peace of time and Shabbat. Page 44.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. עיני وعين بني إسرائيل أوحي لعالم بشر يامين أدوناي את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש.
Rise, if you'd like, on page 46 for Amidah, our standing prayer.
Adonai, שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Adonai, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, נותן הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, מביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו ביהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן העם בעזרת צרה. Page 50. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, וחיי הכל אתה מושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם. מכלכל חיים בחסד, וחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו כשמי עפר. חתר גבורות ומדרך מלך מימין חיין ומצליח תשמע, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני לחיי הכל.
52.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך אלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We take a moment for our own private personal prayer. Sit or stand, whatever is your comfort or custom, and we'll come back together in a few moments with Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav, which is on page 60, page 60, in a few moments.
Please feel free to continue your private meditations at your own pace. If you finish those meditations, you can join us on page 60 for the evening prayer for peace. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה לשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם, תשים לעולם, תשים לעולם. ברוך אתה אדוני, המברך את עמו ישראל, השלום.
And if you'd like to share the names of loved ones in the text, feel free to do so. We're on page 253.
מי שברך אבותינו בכל הברכה לאמותינו, may the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. מי שברך אבותינו בכל הברכה לאמותינו, those who need a healing with refuah shelema, renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Now we have a great treat to hear sermon from Tara in Jerusalem. And Greg or Stu, if you'd bring us Jerusalem.
Hi, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Coming to you from Jerusalem. It's a joy to be with you, even in this medium. And a joy on this Shabbat Noach to celebrate our animal friends. I myself have always been an animal lover. From my first two Siamese cats that I got when I was about 5, Flower and Lucy. Since that time, my spectrum of pet ownership has been broad. I was the kind of little girl that rescued worms from puddles. When I was very small, living in Nova Scotia, there was that sheep at the farm across the street that I adopted and cared for. I called her Seagull, interesting name for a sheep. And that little blind puppy, also from the same farm that I attempted to save after his mother rejected him. So many pets. There was the little chick I hatched in 3rd grade. That was part of Mr. Etree's science class. And then I took him home to live in our bathtub for a number of weeks. God bless my mother. Various gerbils, a long string of goldfish, and the inevitable accompanying goldfish cemetery next to the house. A vicious bunny named Blackberry. A series of birds, and during Hurricane Sandy, one of those birds lived in a rabbinic office upstairs. And of course, there was our beloved lab Cocker Spaniel mix, Samantha, with whom I grew up, chosen as a rescue by my stepfather, Vic, of blessed memory, because of her silky ears, that would blow in the wind when he rode with her in the passenger seat in his convertible. On this Shabbat Noach, as we think of that crowded ark, we take a moment to bless the animals who brighten our lives and who teach us so very much. And tonight we also acknowledge and celebrate the teachings so central in Jewish life, which express our relationship to the animal world. We remember that in our Torah narrative, the eating of meat was in fact a concession on God's part. It was only after the flood, when our strong appetites and penchant for violence had become clear, that God allowed us to let go of the vegetarianism that had defined human beings' existence since our time in the Garden of Eden, all the way up into the flood. Finally, after the flood, God says, okay, you can have meat, just please don't kill each other. But still, even with the allowance that we can consume animal flesh, Jewish tradition puts all kinds of limitations on meat consumption and on how we treat animals. Of course, we're not allowed to eat non-kosher ones, and there's that boundary between milk and meat. But Jewish law mandates that we can't treat living animals in any way we please. We are to keep distance from cruelty. In an important Talmudic prohibition called Sa'ar Ba'alei Chayim, we are warned against causing unnecessary pain to animals. Thus, Torah teaches we can't boil a kid in its mother's milk. We can't take eggs or chicks from a nest while the mother bird is watching. The book of Deuteronomy prohibits muzzling an ox while it is working. That animal should be able to eat or drink, and also does not permit plowing an ox with an ox and a donkey together. Because of their different sizes, if we were to do that, we might cause one of those animals suffering. In our Shabbat morning Kiddush, we are told that we should rest. Our manservant, our maidservant, the stranger, and yes, our animals have to rest on the Sabbath as well. And the laws of Shechita, of kosher slaughtering, are designed to reduce physical and emotional suffering of animals. The death should be swift and painless. In the Mishnah Torah, Maimonides writes that if you encounter your friend on the road and you see that the burden that your friend has put on their beast of burden is a little too much, even though it might be socially awkward, you're obligated. It's a mitzvah to remove the burden from the beast of your friend. And in his Guide for the Perplexed, Maimonides, and remember, this is arguably the most important Jewish figure in all Jewish life, he says that the pain of animals, the pain which animals experience, is indistinguishable from human pain. They suffer, all living beings, in the same way. Wow. It's a big idea as we think about what's going on in the created world today. The floods and fires of our own day have indeed reached biblical proportions. A recent UN study predicts that in 2050, just 30 years from now, we will lose possibly 1 million irreplaceable species of plants and animals, gone, extinct. So tonight, as we celebrate our amazing and wonderful pets, we also think about using our love and connection with these beloved creatures to grow our sensitivity to the majesty and beauty and diversity and mystery of all non-human life. Said the prophet Jeremiah, Gam hasida v'shamayim yada moadeha. Even the stork in the sky, she knows her seasons. V'tor v'sis v'agur, and the turtle dove and the swift and the crane. They know the times to come and go. V'ami lo yada et mishpat Adonai. But my people, they don't understand my laws. We have so much to learn from our animal friends. So I want to conclude my little drash tonight with a little bit of the Torah that I feel the family Feldman, or at least I, have learned from our rescue dog, as we have celebrated many times from this pulpit. Yes, Sometimes Feldmans are behind the times, but this time during quarantine, we kept right with what was going on. We were right in sync with the vogue of adopting a rescue pet. And we were very lucky. Thanks to the North Shore Animal League, we got Sammy. And I'm going to give you 7 qualities that I think I've learned from Sammy. Why 7? Because, well, there's lots of reasons. 7's a good Jewish number, but there's 7 Noahide laws. Noah is taught 7 things that, you know, after the flood, we have to do to keep basic human decency. And also, we are taught in that song, they came on by twosies to the ark, but actually, all the kosher creatures came on by 7sies. There were 7 pairs of all the kosher animals in that very crowded ark. So I'm going to share screen. And as I share with you some of these qualities that I believe my beloved Pooch has taught me, I want you to be thinking of a quality that your pet has, maybe a pet from the past, maybe a pet in the present, or just an animal you know of, a quality that they have that you could use more of in your life. So the first quality that Sammy has taught me, savlanut, patience. It doesn't matter if the walk happens late, if we sort of forget about dinner until 9, she's so sweetly patient and never holds a grudge. Flexibility, gimme shoots. And I'm not just talking like the flexibility, like yoga flexibility. If Sammy's really into something, like she found a squirrel or a good piece of garbage and she's sniffing, we can just pull her away and she's like, okay, what's the new plan? She just goes with it. I need to learn from that one. Hakarat hatov, gratitude. That ability to just say, oh my gosh, this is so good. Whether it's a belly rub or just a simple little, okay, we just gave her a 15-minute walk. She's grateful. So much to learn from that. Hit lahavut, enthusiasm. So whether it's chasing that squirrel or cat or the dancing around that happens before we take her out for a walk, that like, oh my gosh, this is so great. I love that quality in our Sammy. Kavanah, purpose. When there is a smell to be smelled or a little animal to be chased, she is 100% in. What a great quality to develop. Kavanah, a sense of purpose. Sever panim yafot. This is the ability to like greet someone with a smile. It's a serious mitzvah that we have learned thousands of years ago in our tradition, and it's a beautiful one. Wag your tail. And last but not least, ne'emanut, loyalty, a deep, deep loyalty, which has totally stolen my heart. May we emulate that loyalty to each other, to our community, to our friends. Proverbs teaches, Yodea tzadik nefesh behemato. A tzadik knows the soul of his animal. May we learn from the souls of our beloved pets, and may we enjoy this wonderful opportunity to bless our pets on this Shabbat Noach. Shabbat Shalom.
Someone with a smile and a big hug, loyalty, all these qualities, Tara, that Tara just pointed out. So meaningful and so beautiful. We're going to have the slideshow in a few moments. It'll close out our service. But we go from this beautiful teaching about our teachers, our pets. We go from that to standing for the Aleinu, this prayer that says it's upon us to try to make the world a better place, just as our pets, I think, probably make us better human beings. So we're on page 282, Aleinu L'Shabeach.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצון, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, ולא שם חלקנו בהם, לגורלנו לכל העולם. ואנחנו קוראים ושבים מודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 287. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך הארץ, ויאמר יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
We go from this Aleinu, which a very central line in Aleinu is, it goes, L'takein olam b'malchut Shaddai. It is for us to, l'takein. What's l'takein? What word does it sound like? Tikkun. L'takein is the verb, tikkun is the noun, to repair the world. And that's the task and the challenge of Aleinu. And so in these weeks, in the last couple of weeks, and we will for the next couple of weeks, we're going to continue to offer our prayer for the nation, which we're going to ask Erica and Chris to offer the prayer for the nation, which is on page 258, 258. And again, just to connect the prayer for the nation to Aleinu, there's a very real connection. It's upon all of us to bring healing, and we look to each other as well as to our leaders. Hello, Erica and Chris.
Hello.
Hello, Rabbi Meir. O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth.
May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen.
Amen. Thank you all. Thank you both so very much. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife. It's great to be close to your home in that moment. We feel the peace of it. Thank you. Okay, we go from our Aleinu to our prayer for the nation to remembering loved ones. And if you want to share the name of a loved one whom you're thinking tonight, please feel free to do so. And I will share on behalf of our Beth-El community. Pat laid to rest this week Patricia Friedman, and also the Yortzeit for the following people, the anniversary of the passing of these following beloved family members: Leon Abramson, Pearl Doblin, Ruth Gale, Roberta Zipper Gunad, Anita Green, Yetta Harnick, Manas Korshad, Stella Marks, Anna Miller, Daniel Reckler, Beverly Rylander, Samuel Schneider, Lily Smolowitz, Francis Stein, Jacob Yemens, and Julius Zeckhauser. Again, if there's someone you're remembering and whose name is not on the list, feel free to add their name to our chat. We're on page 294, 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yikadal v'kadash shemid Abba.
Amen.
V'yalma divrach urte v'yamlich malchute. V'chayachon v'yomechon v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael. V'agalav izman kariv v'imru Amen.
Yehi Shmei
Rabam
Rabam
Varach
Ram
Leolam
Me'elam
Olamei
Alamei
Amaya.
Almaya.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemed kudesha brichu
Brichu.
le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran b'yoma v'imru amen yehesh lama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'bromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel. And let us say one last time,
Amen.
Amen. Okay, so our final few moments. First of all, a few announcements. Then we will offer Kiddush and Motzi. The Israels will come back and lead us in that. And then I'll offer a blessing for the pets, and we'll see the slideshow and sing our final goodbyes together. So announcements. First of all, virtual Oneg tonight, hosted by dear Elaine Springer. So stay, if you want to join the virtual Oneg, just stay in the Zoom. Always looking for others to host, so if you would, that would be wonderful. Tomorrow morning, Torah study, 9 a.m. And after that, lay-led Shabbat morning service. And then tomorrow afternoon with Abigail Israel and family at 5:30 p.m. as Abigail becomes bat mitzvah. And we will conclude together with Havdalah at 6:45. So the ongoing sharing and Havdalah will continue this tomorrow night, and this time we'll actually get to be with the wonderful Israel family. Some ongoing things, of course, morning minyan Monday and Thursday. Every other Tuesday, lunch and learn with Tara. The first one was this past week, and I will be teaching a class on alternate Tuesdays. My class is in the evening, hers is in the morning. Trying to get people, some of us are better in the midday, others in the evening. Every Wednesday, a mourner support group with Tara on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Please RSVP to Daphna. And I think that is good. What else? October 25th, a Sunday, Join a Good Fight Against Anti-Semitism, Teen ADL program. And Tuesday, October 27th, a Witness Project with the UJA, an extraordinary project that documents a collaborative process between students and Holocaust survivors. Important also, very special, next Shabbat morning, a week from tomorrow, we will have the pleasure and the privilege of Shabbat service, and then our speakers will be Amanda Maddenberg and her mom, Jill. I could have done it the other way around. Jill Maddenberg and her very grown-up, accomplished daughter, Amanda, who will speak about Love the Journey to College. That's the book that they wrote together. But they're going to, I think, unpack for us to some extent some of the real challenges, psychological, emotional, the stresses that young people are going through. So if you have a senior or junior in high school, child or grandchild, encourage them to come. I think it'll be very, very rich and meaningful. And we're lucky, Jill, that you and Amanda will be with us. So thank you ever so much for that. Last set of little announcements, because I love Hebrew, and David Wolf, I hope you all know, is teaching an introduction to Hebrew class beginning on Monday. It'll be every Monday at 7 p.m. David's also teaching a class at 8 p.m. on Pirkei Avot, the ethics of our fathers. So,
unless you think the cantor isn't teaching classes, they just aren't on the schedule yet, but they're coming. They actually are scheduled. In fact, you might refer to an email with all these classes that the temple just sent out last week. Probably will be coming out again in some way, shape, or form. But we want to see everyone learning and growing and expanding in this time, and hopefully we'll start with our students next Shabbat who are going off to college soon. Watch them grow and become more resilient.
We're excited to learn with you, Cantor Adam. Excited to learn with you.
And I'm excited
every
to learn
Shabbat
with
we
all
get
of
to
you.
Yes, exactly. All right. I think we're going to Abigail, you and your family are going to lead us in Kiddush and Motzi, and then we conclude with our pets. Greg, are you gonna? Can we spotlight Abby? There we are. Hello.
Yeah. Are you unmuted? Unmute yourselves.
Yay. Go for it.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'yahavah v'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tefila lemikrai kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, ki banu bacharta, ve'otanu kidashta, מכל העמים בשבת קודשך ביהבה ורצון התפללנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen.
And let's go back to the Israels for Hamotzi. The Israels, there they are.
Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen.
Amen. Enjoy.
Chala. Okay, a short blessing for our pets, and then the wonderful moment of getting to see this, our slideshow. So here's our a beautiful, sweet blessing. Blessed are you, holy source, maker of all living creatures. On the 5th and 6th days of creation, you called forth fish in the sea, birds in the air, and animals on the land. You inspired us to call all animals brothers and sisters. We ask you, Holy One of Blessing, to bless these animals. By the power of your love, enable them to live fully in praise of your name. May we always praise you for all your beauty in creation. And we bless you. Blessed are you, eternal our God, and all of your creatures. We can all say,
Amen. Okay. Can't wait to see some puppies. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead, miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. Baby, you've got a friend in me. You got a pal in me. You've got a friend in me. You've got your troubles, well I got them too. There isn't anything I won't do for you. We'll stick together and we'll see it through, 'cause you've got a friend in me. Darling, you've got a friend in me. Now some of the boys might be a little bit smarter than I am, or bigger and stronger too, baby, but none of them is ever gonna love you the way I do. Oh, it's me and you. And as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny, 'cause you've got a friend in me. My baby, you got a friend in me. boys might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too. Maybe none is ever gonna love you the way I do, 'cause it's me and you. As the years go by, our love will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You've got a friend in me. Oh, baby, you've got a friend in me. Ah, you better believe in me. You've got a friend in me. My darling, you. My darling, you. You got a friend in me.
Shabbat Shalom. I actually want to offer one final message. That was beautiful. Shai, Cantor Adam, wonderful. We got more videos coming, more photographs coming in the slide. This is great. Rises on cue. While you're watching, just a final message that you might have seen, maybe you haven't, that next Friday night, we actually are going to, they're going to be up to 30 people welcome to be in the sanctuary. There's an email that came out. If you'd like to try to be present, then go to the email and you need to, reserve a spot. The first 30 people to sign up are welcome to be here. Of course, there are a ton of precautions we're taking, and it's very explicit, and hopefully you find it clear in our email. So, Sammy Feldman, a beautiful, wonderful Shabbat Shalom to everyone. And may all of our pets be loved greatly and help us feel loved as well. Shabbat Shalom. Maybe it's not.